The Giro set a high benchmark last year, but we've already seen roundabouts decorated with pink bicycles. People are putting on the Italian menus in their coffee shops and in the restaurants, so definitely the Giro is back.
Hello and welcome to the Gran Fondo Giro d'Italia Northern Ireland, as more than 3,000 riders take to the roads to celebrate the big start, the Gran Partenza of the 2014 Giro d'Italia. For the next half hour we will be following the action in the epic unspoiled countryside of Northern Ireland as Gran Fondo fever grips the Ulster bike riding community. It's mass participation at its most intense and a celebration of everything Italian, with the event kicking off at the now famous Titanic Visitor Centre in Belfast, converted into a bike expo for the weekend. Racing legend Stephen Roche always relishes an opportunity to ride on home roads and recall the glories of his wonderful Giro victory in 1987, as well as last year's spectacular Giro race visit.
Well, since the Giro last year, and the build-up to the Giro, it's been absolutely amazing. Like we saw the city bikes, like in the city centre. Like I think as far as now, they broke the record of rentals for any one day in any European country. You know, all of a sudden there's a kind of a cycling phobia here now. People are getting on bikes. They're biking to work. They want to ride sportives. They want to go on cycling holidays. They're joining clubs. There are clubs building up everywhere. There's new bike shops opening up everywhere. Like cycling has had an incredible impact on the economy, not just in Northern Ireland and Belfast, but in the whole of Ireland, you know. And I think the people now are more kind of cycling friendly, and they look at cycling as being a good way of keeping healthy as well.
With this burgeoning popularity of cycling across the globe, Giro d'Italia 2014 was embraced by the citizens of Northern Ireland in a manner rarely seen outside of Italy, and it's a trend that's set to continue.
I think Northern Ireland took it to its heart, and I heard a quote that said, "We've always been looking for a colour to unite under. Whoever thought it would be pink?" And the whole country united behind it, came out and just made it a great spectacle.
It's absolutely fantastic for us to have this Giro Gran Fondo. It's part of the official Gran Fondo series. There's only 12 in the world, so it's brilliant that we have one here in Northern Ireland as part of our legacy from hosting the Giro d'Italia Gran Partenza last year.
Sportive or Gran Fondo events are the fastest growing branch of road cycling, an increasingly popular option for riders looking for a competitive outlet.
There's a global conversation going on about whether Gran Fondos are races or rides. Is it a race? Is it not a race? I think when you put two people together beside each other on a bike, essentially you have a race.
Around 2/3 of the entrants have opted for the longer 173km Mourne route, which leaves from Titanic Belfast. The riders winding their way through County Down on their way to Monteedree Hill for the first big test of the day. The Mourne Mountains loom large. The gradual climb of Monte Leitrim Hill will soften the legs ahead of the switchback climb of Monte Spelga Dam. The last climb of the day to Monte Slieve Crúb precedes the final leg to Dramara town on rolling roads before the gradual descent back into Belfast City and the welcome sign of the finish line at Titanic Belfast. The Strangford route will prove challenging and enjoyable for all levels of cyclists, with 58 kilometres of rolling roads and 2 categorised climbs, the first of those, Monte Brunel, coming within the first 6 kilometres. The beauty of the Strangford Loch on the Ards Peninsula keeps them company for much of the route. Leaving the town of Cumber, the climb of Monte Monterey is the final big test of the day before the homeward journey down into Belfast and a well-earned bowl of pasta.